What's up, fam? I'm back with another video. I was looking through the comments and saw someone mention that wouldn't it be a good time right now to be shortening the market, which kind of made me laugh. Obviously, it's not shortening; it's to short the market or short an asset. But it made me think that I know there's a lot of folks out there who don't understand what it means to short something, whether in the stock market or in the crypto market. I knew it took me a good little while before I could actually wrap my head around what shorting meant and how it worked. So I was going to give a little analogy and explain from my perspective what it means to short something and how it works. So to maybe make it a little comical and give you guys something that could be relatable, I'm going to relate it to selling weed. Okay. So let's say right now, you know that the price of weed is $5,000 a pound. Okay. And that in a couple weeks, you know that the government is going to legalize it across the whole United States. The market's going to get flooded with a bunch of weed, and the value of weed is likely going to go down. Okay, so you essentially knowing that at the current price it's high, and in the near future the price is going to be worth less. So you want to short weed so you can profit on it. Okay, so what you do essentially with that, you would go to your local drug dealer and say, hey, I want to borrow 10 pounds of weed. Okay, because you know that right now you can sell those 10 pounds at $5,000 a piece for $50,000. Okay, so he says, okay, that's fine, but each week it takes you to give me back those 10 pounds is going to cost you 5% interest on what you borrowed. So being that I essentially am borrowing 10 pounds of weed valued at $50,000, 5% each week is going to be $2,500. Okay. So I say deal. Take those 10 pounds of weed. I owe him 10 pounds plus 5% interest per week. And then I go to the market and boom, I sell all 10 pounds for $50,000. So now I have $50,000 cash, but I owe that guy 10 pounds of weed plus interest. So then I wait 2 weeks and wham bam, they get the bill out and weed is legalized and a bunch of weed is flooded into the market, and on the black market it's no longer worth $5,000 per pound. It's only worth $2,500 per pound. So with that, I go to the new drug dealer who's selling it at $2,500 per pound, and I go to him with my $50,000 that I just gained from selling those other 10 pounds, and I go to him and I pay $25,000 for 10 pounds of weed at the new price. Okay, so now I've got my 10 pounds back. I paid $25,000 for, and I go back to that other drug dealer and say, here you go, here's your 10 pounds of weed. And he says, okay, it took you 2 weeks. You also owe me $5,000. So I pay him his $5,000. And what I get to keep is the $20,000 difference from when I borrowed the 10 pounds and sold them at 50,000. I paid 25,000 for the new 10 pounds. So I netted 25,000, and then I had to pay $5,000 interest. So now my profit is $20,000. That's essentially what you're doing when you're shorting an asset. So if you're going to short something in the stock market, you're going to call up the bank. Sometimes you don't have to actually make a phone call, but in some cases you actually do have to make a phone call. So you call up your bank and say, hey, I want to short 10 shares of Apple. They let you borrow those 10 shares of Apple with interest. You sell them at the current price. Apple crashes. You go buy 10 shares back to give it back to the bank, and you keep the difference from when you originally sold the borrowed shares and when you purchased the new shares at a cheaper price to give back to the bank. that's essentially how shorting works. If you got any questions, leave a question or comment in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers and get 4,000 watched hours on my channel. That'll allow me to monetize it. That'd be awesome if we could get there by Monday, by Memorial Day. If so, I'll be able to also live stream. And I really appreciate all you guys' support out there. It's been overwhelming. I'm hopefully going to maybe take this YouTube thing somewhere, and maybe that'll be the way that I can make back that 100 G's that I lost because of Luna. So again, you know, as always, get your mind right. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Stay safe. Have a great weekend.